Hello there, and welcome to the Sleepy Science Channel. Tonight, we're drifting into the long, strange, and quietly miraculous story of life on Earth. A journey measured not in years, but in billions of them. No heroes, no villains, just tiny changes stacking up patiently until the planet is bursting with creatures, colors, and curious solutions to the problem of staying alive. Before we begin, if these calm wanderings through science help you unwind, feel free to like, subscribe, or leave a small thought in the comments. It helps other tired minds find their way here too, one sleepy soul at a time. For now, though, let your shoulders drop, let your breathing slow, and allow deep time to gently pull you along. Everything alive today shares a secret past. Every tree, bird, mushroom, whale, and microbe traces its ancestry back to a single ancient organism that lived roughly 3.5 to 4 billion years ago. It's hard to believe that redwood forests and bacteria in your gut are distant cousins, yet biology insists they are family. Scientists call this long-lost ancestor Luca the last universal common ancestor. We don't know its shape or size, but we know it existed because all life speaks the same biochemical language. DNA stores instructions. Proteins are built from the same 20 amino acids. The genetic code is universal, like a shared accent echoing across every cell. Life began in the ancient oceans of a very young Earth. Around 4.6 billion years ago, our planet was a hot, violent place of molten rock cooling slowly under constant bombardment from asteroids. Over time, water collected, oceans formed, and somewhere in those dark, restless seas, chemistry crossed a quiet threshold and became biology. Perhaps it happened near hydrothermal vents, where mineral-rich water poured from cracks in the seafloor. Or maybe in shallow tidal pools, warmed by sunlight and concentrated by evaporation. Simple molecules began linking together, forming structures that could copy themselves, protect themselves, and steal a little energy from their surroundings. The first life was fragile and unimpressive. No eyes, no limbs, no thoughts, just tiny systems capable of reproduction and change. But once that spark existed, it refused to go out. Ice ages came, volcanoes erupted, continents drifted. Life endured every disaster by doing what it does best, adapting quietly. For nearly 2 billion years, life on Earth stayed simple. Every organism was single-celled, microscopic, and lacking a nucleus. These ancient beings, called prokaryotes, were essentially floating chemistry experiments wrapped in membranes. Bacteria and archaea ruled the planet, unseen, unstoppable, and unknowingly laying the groundwork for everything that would follow. The humble beginnings of life on Earth are nothing short of extraordinary, mainly thanks to some remarkably savvy single-celled organisms. These little green pioneers figured out how to harness sunlight through photosynthesis, turning the energy of the sun into a buffet of nutrients extracted from rocks and gases. They huddled together in large communities, stacking themselves to form stromatolites, remnants of which can still be spotted today. Talk about being the original trendsetters. These ancient life forms fundamentally reshaped our planet. With oxygen as their byproduct from all that photosynthesis, they transformed the atmosphere from an orange haze into that delightful blue sky we adore today. Take a moment to appreciate that every time you take a breath, you've got these tiny single cells to thank. Without their tireless contributions, the complex life we see today would still be a dream unfulfilled, as they laid the groundwork for every advanced organism that followed. And yes, they're still outnumbering us. Fast forward to around 2 billion years ago, and life threw a curveball. A simple prokaryotic cell went on a daring adventure by engulfing a smaller cell, potentially a bacterium. But rather than ripping it to shreds as a post-meal snack, they formed an unlikely duo. The little guy positioned himself as a power supplier, serving energy to the host cell in exchange for nutrients and sheltering a true partnership that would set the stage for the evolution of complex cells. This glorious event, termed endosymbiosis, was life's version of a collaborative TED Talk moment. Together, they transitioned into a vibrant team that evolved into what we now call mitochondria, the powerhouses of nearly all complex cells. And And that's not even where the story ends, because soon after, early eukaryotes began absorbing photosynthetic bacteria, leading to the chloroplasts living in our plant friends today. Who knew life could be such a collaborative affair? Proof that nature favors friendships alongside competition. About 600 million years ago, life took another leap of faith, and multicellular organisms started rolling into the scene. Initially, single cells enjoyed their solitary existence, but then some of them decided that hanging out post-division was kind of cool. They formed permanent multicellular teams, leading to a fascinating new world of cooperation. Which makes sense. Specialization is the name of the game. Some cells took up food gathering, while others dealt with the riveting task of reproduction or movement. This cooperation brought about a significant advancement as bodies began to evolve, sprouting various tissues and organs. The earliest multicellular creatures, resembling squishy jellyfish and worms, were a far cry from your terrifyingly intense sci-fi monsters, leaving behind a handful of trace fossils as a testament to their existence. These gentle, gelatinous beings were setting the stage for a grand evolutionary tale that was yet to unfold. All of this groundwork planted the seeds for a jaw-dropping event known as the Cambrian explosion. Around 541 million years ago, evolutionary change lit up the oceans like fireworks in the night sky. This era brought a whirlwind of new forms, with previously unseen creatures sporting hard shells, intricate eyes, and peculiar body segments. Imagine trilobites scuttling like tiny armored tanks, while bizarre predators like the Anomalocaris prowled the seabed with their enormous compound peepers. The ocean was buzzing with life. In perhaps just a geological blink of an eye, 20 to 25 million years ago, most major animal groups popped up in the fossil record, ushering in an explosion of diversity. Rising oxygen levels might just be the secret sauce enabling this burst of innovation, allowing life to flex its creative muscles. It was like Earth's very own Renaissance, but with more slime and fewer paintings. Welcome to a time when life went all in on variety, filling the oceans and showcasing dazzling wonders. The Cambrian explosion was like a party with a costume contest where evolution decided to go all out. Imagine a time when life was a canvas of bizarre creatures trying out wild body plans that were all the rage. From creatures like Hallucinia, which strolled around upside down on paired spines while waving tentacles in the air like it was auditioning for a talent show, to Opabinia with its 5 eyes and action figure like proboscis for catching a meal. Evolution was working overtime, and these funky animals were anything but boring. Then there's Waxia, the little armored tank of the Cambrian seas, sporting a wardrobe of scales and spines. These aquatic oddities weren't merely flukes of nature. They were trial runs in the grand experiment of life. While some of these ancient masterpieces eventually faded into oblivion, others had the last laugh, contributing to the lineage of modern animals. It's fascinating how evolution is less like a straight line to success and more like a sprawling tree with branches leading to all sorts of detours that most of us will never see again. Eyes were the ultimate upgrade in the evolutionary game. Before the Cambrian, life existed like a sad, dark party with no one to see anything or even notice what was happening. But then, bam! Light-sensitive cells popped up like a disco ball reflecting rays of opportunity. These patches eventually evolved into more sophisticated structures, improving visibility, helping creatures tell light from dark. This sparked a whole new way of life, quite literally transforming how animals interacted with their world. As vision improved, an arms race kicked off. Predators got better at spotting dinner, while prey developed the reflexes of Olympic sprinters to evade danger. This evolutionary tango resulted in a buffet of adaptations, leading to innovations like camouflage, speed, and armor. And get this, eyes evolved independently in various lineages, leading to an impressive variety, from insect compound eyes to sleek camera-like vertebrate eyes. Each design tells a story of survival and creativity that simply amazes. Then, around 470 million years ago, plants decided to crash the land party. Before their arrival, continents were like barren deserts, but soon, the first little green moss-like pioneers emerged, ready to take on the harsh terrestrial challenges. They had no roots or flowers, just some determined green shoots sticking around the water, braving the bright sun and dryness. Talk about a long climb uphill with no escalator in sight. These plants were resourceful little critters. They developed waxy coatings to hold onto moisture for dear life, and root-like structures to anchor themselves like determined explorers. With time, they became savvy enough to transport water and nutrients throughout their bodies. What a transformation! As they spread across the continents, their roots did some heavy lifting, breaking down rocks and creating soil, while soaking up carbon dioxide to help moderate the climate. Fast forward about 350 million years, and the planet was draped in verdant forests, with towering ferns and primitive trees putting on a grand show. These sprawling green carpets weren't just aesthetics. They created a hospitable environment for animals. The transformation was profound, creating rich ecosystems where life could flourish. Just imagine the feast this lush landscape provided for the animals eager to take their turn on the stage. Imagine a time, about 430 million years ago, when the first brave arthropods crawled out of the water, looking strikingly similar to today's scorpions minus the dramatic flair. These tiny pioneers transformed life as we know it by taking explosive steps onto dry land. Faced with an unforgiving environment filled with grueling sunlight and the crushing weight of gravity, these little critters didn't back down, sporting hard exoskeletons to keep themselves from becoming dried-up husks. As these arthropods made themselves at home, the landscape buzzed with activity. Millipedes munched away on decaying plants, and primitive insects took up the skies, showcasing that life's party was just getting started. Their segmented bodies and jointed legs made walking a breeze, while the absence of water provided an entirely new set of challenges. The land began to flourish with life, giving rise to vibrant ecosystems never before seen beneath the waves. Then, around 365 million years ago, a wave of transformation rippled through the evolutionary timeline. Enter the lobe-finned fish, those magical water dwellers who decided that stagnancy just wasn't their style. As shallow ponds dried up, they began to breathe air thanks to their dual gills and lungs, and those muscular, lobed fins weren't just for show. They were built for adventure. These intrepid fish started dragging themselves across mud, searching for better watering holes. Evolution was surely buzzing with excitement. As these fish adapted to life on land, their fins slowly morphed into proper limbs, complete with fingers and toes. Imagine creature families awkwardly growing into their new modes of transportation. It wasn't all smooth sailing. These transitional forms hovered in limbo, leaving behind quirky fossils like Tiktaalik part crocodile, part fish, and all kinds of marvelous. Over the eons, true amphibians emerged, blessed with the ability to roam the land but still bound to water for reproducing their little ones. And let's chat digits for a second. Early tetrapods were like the experimental art pieces of evolution, boasting anywhere from 6 to 8 fingers. Talk about a fashion statement. Eventually, natural selection determined that 5 fingers struck the perfect balance between functionality and fitness. So, like nature's version of a building code, 5 became the go-to number for limbs. It turns out that flexibility and gripping power don't have to come with an extra biological price tag. Fast forward to today, and look at us. Be it humans, frogs, or birds, nearly all land vertebrates share this 5-digit plan. Evolution is like that artist who loves reworking masterpieces rather than starting from scratch. Think of a horse hoof, a single mega digit with its pals downsized to mere memento mori of what was. Or a bat, flaunting elongated fingers in its wings. Even our hands still bear the timeless hallmarks of an ancient blueprint. With the age of reptiles making its grand entrance, an even bigger twist awaited the evolutionary saga. Reptiles discovered the magic of waterproof eggs, liberating them from the constraints of water. While amphibians thrived, they struggled with their one glaring hitch. Their offspring needed a watery cradle to grow up in. Say goodbye to the tadpoles navigating the perils of ponds. Reptiles also found a way out of that watery babysitting trap, marking a new era in the adventure of life on land. Around 320 million years ago, a group of ambitious amphibians decided it was time for a major upgrade. Introducing the amniotic egg, this groundbreaking adaptation had the perfect hard or leathery shell to keep the little embryos cozy and moist. much like a luxury apartment. Equipped with a food supply, waste disposal system, and protective membranes for breathing, these eggs allowed vertebrates to finally ditch the water and start laying down roots, literally. Reptiles emerged as the big winners, ready to conquer the land like a boss. Fast forward to around 230 million years ago, when a new cast of characters entered stage left the dinosaurs. Initially small and a bit overshadowed by their reptilian peers, these prehistoric critters hit the evolutionary jackpot after a massive extinction cleared the competition. Suddenly, they rose to prominence, spreading across the earth like confident teenagers at a high school dance. For a whopping 160 million years, they ruled the land, evolving into all sorts of jaw-dropping forms, from colossal sauropods munching on treetops to speedy predators outsmarting their prey. Dinosaurs were anything but sluggish. These nimble giants included everything from the colossal Brachiosaurus towering above the trees to the fearsome Tyrannosaurus rex, the ultimate apex predator. Some flaunted feathers, proving they were more than just scaly beasts. These fantastic creatures thrived in packs, cared for their little ones, built comfy nests, and even had their own vocal flair, which makes them seem more like sophisticated party animals than lumbering reptiles. Right? Oh, and get this, the whole scaly dinosaur stereotype has taken a serious hit since the 1990s. Paleontologists unearthed feathered dinosaurs, particularly small theropods in China, where fossils revealed stunning impressions of feathers. It turns out, feathers were the go-to fashion accessory among dinosaurs. First, they kept those small dino bodies warm, but soon, vibrant colors and dazzling patterns became essential for flirting and showing off in the dinosaur social scene. Some of these feathered wonders even sprouted wings and took to the skies. What's even cooler, birds aren't just cute little creatures hopping about, they are direct descendants of those ancient dinosaurs. The only lineage that survived the catastrophic mass extinction 66 million years ago, when the dinosaurs made their dramatic exit. So, the next time you spot a sparrow or an eagle, remember, you're gawking at a living dinosaur. Evolution didn't hit the brakes with dinosaurs. It zoomed ahead, continuing in every delightful bird that serenades us at dawn. Now, let's talk behemoths. Among these epic creatures were the sauropods, the largest animals to ever stomp around on land. Imagine the ground trembling as Argentinosaurus or Patagotitan made their grand entrance. These titanic marvels weighed upwards of 70 tons, equivalent to 10 big elephants having a trunk party. They achieved such jaw-dropping sizes with smart adaptations, like air-filled bones to shed some weight yet remain strong. Who knew they were the original architects of a sturdy yet lightweight body? These massive herbivores had the ultimate dining solution, too. With their long necks, they could reach those high-up leaves that other dinosaurs could only dream of munching. Talk about a buffet. And let's not forget their super-efficient respiratory systems akin to modern birds that kept their gigantic bodies energized and fueled for all the munching and roaming they did. It wasn't just size. It was smart design that made these sauropods the gentle giants of their time. Being a colossal creature isn't all it's cracked up to be. While these gentle giants, like the sauropod, had the luxury of size on their side, that very size brought along a whole truckload of challenges. First off, holding on to their body temperature was a full-time job. They had to work hard just to avoid overheating from their own metabolism. Then there was agility. The poor things moved at a slow and steady pace that would make a tortoise seem like a hyperactive squirrel. Despite the woes of being enormous, the sauropods strutted around ancient landscapes, causing quite the ruckus. Picture them ambling through forests, trampling paths as if they were their own personal highways. Not to mention the fertilizer bombs they dropped everywhere, doing wonders for the soil and turning the earth into a veritable salad bar for other creatures. Talk about leaving a positive environmental impact, even if it meant occasionally squashing something underfoot. However, Earth's history isn't all sunshine and grazing dinosaurs. It's a roller coaster ride laden with dramatic twists and turns, like the 5 cataclysmic mass extinctions that plagued life on the planet. The poor old Ordovician period kicked things off 445 million years ago, taking down a staggering 85% of species, likely due to weather changes no one saw coming. Fast forward to 375 million years ago, and marine life was scrambling for cover during the late Devonian extinction, proof that even the seas weren't safe. Then we hit the infamous Permian-Triassic extinction 252 million years ago, known ominously as the Great Dying. It wiped out nearly 96% of marine life and a jaw-dropping 70% of terrestrial species. Can you imagine the chaos? Earth transformed into what looked like a cosmic battlefield. The suspect? Volcanoes in Siberia exploded with the force of 1,000 bad hair days, releasing toxic gases that turned oceans into cauldrons and the land into a fiery hellscape. Yikes! What's fascinating is that these mass extinctions weren't just tragedies. They reshaped the biosphere and opened up fresh opportunities. Surviving species took it upon themselves to fill the empty ecological niches, leading to an explosion of diversity in the aftermath. Life continuously reinvents itself, and without these cataclysms, who knows if humans would even be here, sipping coffee and scrolling through social media. Of course, we can't forget the dazzling asteroid impact 66 million years ago that wrapped up the mighty reign of the dinosaurs. The giant rock, about the size of a decent mountain, slammed into the Yucatan Peninsula, transforming the landscape in an immediate explosion of chaos. It was like the worst day ever for all those adorable critters. They didn't stand a chance. The fireball that shot outward ignited forests, and a colossal tsunami turned oceans into a chaotic froth. The long-lasting impact was where the real devastation lay. Dust, soot, and debris filled the atmosphere, blocking sunlight and sending temperatures into a tailspin. Plants struggled to photosynthesize, which slowly but inevitably led to the collapse of food chains. Herbivores fell by the wayside, leaving their predators in quite the pickle. So what did we learn? Life is notoriously fragile, and catastrophic environmental changes can flip the script in the blink of an eye. The cataclysmic asteroid strike transformed the Earth by wiping out around 75% of all species, including those majestic non-avian dinosaurs. In the chaos, only the tiny, adaptable creatures thrived. Picture small mammals huddling in burrows like furry little ninjas, birds flapping off on migratory journeys, and crafty reptiles scrounging for any morsel left behind. They were the resilient survivors in a world ravaged by a cosmic whack, primed for a new beginning. While the colossal dinosaurs went the way of the dodo, it was the pint-sized mammals that had the last laugh. Cuddling up in their underground havens, these furry heroes outsmarted doom's arrival. With a diet of insects, seeds, and roots available in abundance, these small creatures had a feast fit for survivors. They didn't just survive the cataclysm. They were the ancestors of all modern mammals, including us. What a legacy for a bunch of rodent-sized critters. Once the dinosaurs exited the stage, these little mammals did their best Broadway impression, bursting into a dazzling diversity of forms. It took about 10 million years, but lo and behold, they morphed into a spectacular array of herbivores and carnivores. With their brains kicking into gear, they began developing intricate social behaviors. Evolution threw a party, and mammals were suddenly the star attraction, ready to fill the ecological roles left by their larger-than-life predecessors. Evolution is nothing if not patient, a fact showcased by our mammalian tale. The first mammals evolved over 200 million years ago from our reptilian forebears, the synapsids. These creatures were not your average lizards. They had mammal-esque traits like differentiated teeth, a more upright posture, and, believe it or not, the potential for whiskers and fur. Gradually, they transformed into the warm-blooded mammals we recognize today, ready to take center stage. In the shadow of their dinosaur overlords, early mammals were the original underdogs. Living in burrows and crevices, they were small enough to dodge danger and mostly came out to play at night. Talk about a survival strategy. This nocturnal lifestyle not only kept them safe, but also ignited a series of evolutionary enhancements, including sharp hearing, enhanced smell, and fantastic night vision. Who knew being tiny and timid could lead to such major innovations? Our furry ancestors were just tiny critters navigating an era dominated by vicious giants. Yet, those scrappy nocturnal mammals laid down the groundwork for modern creatures, including humans. With keen senses and evolved brains, They learned how to thrive in a world once ruled by the thunderous footsteps of dinosaurs. It's a testament to how even the most unassuming beginnings can pave the way for remarkable evolutionary leaps. The world was indeed a tough playground, but our small mammalian predecessors managed to turn their struggles into stepping stones. Their journey from little nocturnal dwellers to a diverse array of mammals is a reminder that even amidst chaos and extinction, life finds a way to adapt, thrive, and flourish, a lesson from nature that is just as relevant today. Mammals are pretty special creatures, flaunting their trademark attributes like badges of honor. Firstly, there's the hair or fur that keeps them snug as a bug, offering a cozy layer of insulation. And let's not forget their motherly instincts. Those specialized mammary glands produce milk, the ultimate baby food. What's more, their ears aren't just for looks. The 3 middle ear bones amplify sounds, turning them into remarkable listeners. Each mammal comes equipped with a unique set of teeth, a culinary toolkit designed for munching, tearing, and grinding. Talk about a diverse diet. While most mammals are born live, a couple of quirky lot, like the platypus and echidna, lay eggs, a delightful nod to their ancient reptilian roots. Mammals pride themselves on being warm-blooded, allowing them to strut their stuff in various climates. However, sustaining that internal temperature means they've got to chow down regularly, keeping their bustling metabolism fueled and ready for action. It's a familial affair in the mammal world, sharing a lineage that stretches back millions of years, bridging everything from cheeky shrews to mighty blue whales. Speaking of whales, their evolution is a jaw-dropper. Imagine a small, hoofed ancestor that gradually succumbed to life at sea. About 50 million years ago, some of these deer-like creatures began diving into the water, perhaps chasing after fish like water-loving wolves. Over the eons, traits that made swimming easier were favored by natural selection. Legs morphed into sleek paddles, tails transformed into powerful flukes, and nostrils strategically relocated to the top of their heads. Talk about a makeover. There are even remnants of their former limbs, hidden deep within their bodies, a neat trick evolution pulled off. Transitional fossils, like Pachitus and Ambulocetus, paint a vivid picture of this evolutionary journey. Pachitus walked on land, while Ambulocetus swam with webbed feet. By the time we meet Dorodon, we find a creature almost fully adapted to the ocean, equipped with tiny hind limbs that barely made the cut. Today's whales are so perfectly designed for marine life that they would struggle to survive on dry land, leaving their terrestrial forebears far behind. However, every bone, embryo, and DNA strand whispers secrets of their land dwelling past a marvel of evolution in action. Meanwhile, some ambitious mammals decided to take to the sky. Enter the bats, who mastered powered flight about 50 million years ago. It seems these daring creatures began by gliding through trees, catching air like the pros they were destined to be. Those initially awkward leapers evolved extra skin between their limbs, nature's little parachute, if you will. With elongated fingers and newly invented wings, they became the graceful flyers we know today. To top it all off, they developed echolocation, using high-pitched sounds to navigate and hunt in the dark, a superpower that any superhero would envy. Now, bats aren't just flying acrobats. They're essential players in the ecosystem. With over 1,400 species cheering them on, they pollinate plants, distribute seeds, and keep pesky insects at bay. A transformation born from gradual changes. The evolution from ordinary rodents to extraordinary flyers proves that some of life's most astounding abilities can blossom over time, revealing nature's whimsical sense of creativity. Our own evolutionary saga begins with those adorable little tree-dwelling mammals called primates, emerging around 65 million years ago, right after those pesky dinosaurs made their grand exit. This climbing crew developed hands and feet perfectly crafted for gripping branches. Nicely done. Nature. As some mammals embraced life in the trees, they opened the door to an evolutionary journey that ultimately leads to us thrilling humans, filled with curiosity and capable of making incredible stories of our own. So, next time you admire a mammal, remember this rollicking tale of adaptation and survival. It's quite the wild ride. Living high up in the treetops wasn't just a walk in the park, well, more like a leap from branch to branch, Those early primates had to master the delicate art of balance and coordination. Imagine them swinging about with nimble fingers and toes, perfectly designed for gripping branches instead of sporting claws. These flexible digits were like their own personal climbing gear, allowing them to snatch food and hold onto trees as if they were life-size jungle gyms. Having a sharp view of the world made all the difference. With those forward-facing eyes, primates could judge distances like expert stunt actors leaping between branches. This setup created a spectacular overlap in their fields of vision, fostering an evolutionary advantage in the canopy. Who knew visual depth perception could feel like a high-stakes game of leapfrog? Miscalculate a jump, and it'd be a fall to remember possibly the last one. Being able to spot a juicy fruit or a flying insect made sure they weren't just good at the gym. They were terrific foragers too. As if being a tree dweller wasn't cool enough, primates also evolved some hefty brains to keep up with their wild lifestyle. Early on, they were pint-sized creatures munching on insects, fruits, and leaves. But as time danced on, these small beginnings led to monkeying around and evolving into the diverse array of primates today. Whether swinging from a branch or judging the best dive for a snack, every act reflects the legacy of their tree-hopping ancestors. Those amazing eyes also paved the way for another fascinating trick: color vision. With a knack for spotting vibrant fruits and tender leaves, these little primates turned into expert food hackers of the jungle. This visual flair not only made them great at foraging, but also laid the groundwork for more complex tasks, say, using tools or having heartfelt chats within their social circle. Who would have thought that leaping from tree to tree would lead to conversations about the latest jungle gossip? Now, let's shine a spotlight on the primates closest to us, chimpanzees and bonobos. Sharing about 98% of our DNA means we're practically cousins in the animal kingdom. Picture it. 6-7 million years ago, a common ancestor decided to take two different paths, leading to us and our ape buddies. They share more than just genes. Chimps aren't strangers to tool use or get-togethers filled with emotional complexities, friendly rivalries, and conflicts abound. Oh, and while chimpanzees enjoy their fair share of drama, bonobos are the peacekeepers of primate society, navigating conflicts with social bonding like experts in diplomacy. Watching them form friendships and resolve tensions is a beautiful ballet of social interactions. Their lives help illuminate the split between human traits and those we've retained from our ancestors, reminding us how interconnected we truly are in this biological kaleidoscope. As the story progresses, we meet the hominins, those upright, walking apes who traded in their foliage for bipedal swagger. Descending from that ancient common ancestor, they walked on two legs, showcasing how adaptability is key to survival in the wild. Each of these branches adds a unique understanding of who we are today, highlighting our shared history on this vibrant tree of life. So let's dance through evolution together, shall we? Over the next few million years, Africa became a bustling hominin hub where various species took center stage. Among them was Australopithecus, a pint-sized fellow who adored climbing trees, and Paranthropus, equipped with a jaw so impressive one might think it moonlighted as a plow. This fascinating menagerie coexisted, sharing the spotlight and the landscape, with 3 to 4 hominin species strutting around at the same time. Alas, most of these creatures couldn't survive the long game and exited stage left without leaving any descendants. But don't worry, one fortunate lineage managed to stick around and eventually morphed into what we now call the genus Homo, which includes us modern humans. Central to their survival was the fab ability known as bipedalism. This nifty little adaptation let our ancestors walk upright, freeing their hands for all sorts of thrilling activities like tool use and carrying objects. It was like a game changer. Their newfound uprightness also allowed them to see over the tall grass and travel like pros over long distances. Bipedalism wasn't just a casual occurrence. It was a gradual evolution, kind of like a slow brewed cup of coffee. Fossils show us those exciting intermediate forms exploring the benefits of walking on two legs. This major shift redefined the shape of the pelvis, skull, and spine, setting hominins on a spectacular evolutionary path that ultimately led to the intelligent beings we have today, wandering easily through the modern world. But why did our ancestors choose the whole bipedal groove in the first place? Several theories pop up. Maybe the savanna's long-distance travel required a more energy-efficient approach. Perhaps it was a strategy for keeping cool by minimizing sun exposure. Or maybe those clever early hominins had the brilliant idea of carrying food home to show and share with the family. Regardless, once they swapped 4 feet for 2, the repercussions were indeed profound. With hands all freed up, they became resource-carrying champions. It was like turning hominins into the ultimate multitaskers, gathering tools, weapons, and goodies like pros. Then guess what? They started crafting. Initially, it was just simple stone flakes to get the job done. But soon, they advanced to more elaborate and nifty implements. Tool use and bipedalism became a power couple, as natural selection favored those with hands that could expertly manipulate. And as hominin hands became more dexterous, so did their brains. Those big brains today storytell of a time when figuring out how to craft and use tools was the name of the game. Bipedalism practically kicked off a whirlwind of evolutionary changes, turning hominins into a unique kind of species, one paving the way towards our human origins. This all happened while the earliest stone tools, dating back about 3.3 million years, started to pop up on the scene. Initially, our hominin buddies just used whatever they could find lying around like rocks and sticks, echoing what some apes do today. Then boom, something changed around 3.3 million years ago in Kenya, where archaeologists discovered the first intentionally crafted stone tools. Picture this: rocks smashing against each other to create sharp edges. These basic tools gave hominins a new leg up to butcher animal carcasses, finally granting access to juicy morsels of meat and marrow, which packed quite the caloric punch. This adventurous leap into tool-making marked a significant evolution twist. It pushed hominins down a road leading to increased technology reliance, a theme that continues to resonate today. Fast forward, the genus Homo comes into play around 2.8 million years ago, boasting larger brains and impressive tool-making skills compared to their predecessors. Enter Homo habilis, or handyman, possessing a brain half the size of ours but still whip-smart to whip up basic stone tools. Standing at just about 4 feet tall, they thrived in a variety of habitats, scavenging for meals and gathering plant foods to ensure survival in bustling Africa. Over the next 2 million years, evolution was busy crafting various Homo species, each like a quirky experiment in humanity's grand lab. Enter Homo erectus, the show stealer who stood tall with a brain size that was 2/3 of what we call genius today. This trailblazer, the first of the hominins to pack their bags and leave Africa, hopped across Asia and even dipped a toe in Europe. They were the early travelers who certainly had the spirit of adventure. Now, let's discuss Homo hiensis, who might just be the family tree's mysterious uncle, suggesting a link between our delightful Neanderthal friends and the modern humans we know and love. Each species was a unique take on survival. Think of them as test tube babies of evolution. Most of these branches eventually withered away, yet each one contributed to the tale of humanity. They put the fun in evolutionary funk. Did you know our brains have tripled in size over millions of years? Early hominins like Ardipithecus were cruising with noggins around 400-500 centimeters, roughly the size of a modern chimp. Fast forward, and here comes Homo habilis, bumping it up to 600 centimeters. By the time Homo erectus rolled onto the scene, they were flexing brains around 900 centimeters. And our beloved Neanderthals? They boasted an impressive 1,300-1,400 centimeters. Clearly, evolution was definitely plotting a brainy takeover. So what's behind this brainy boom? Bigger brains brought along all kinds of perks: creative problem solving, swanky tool making, superior social skills, and even the foresight to strategize dinner plans. Of course, big brains come at a price. They guzzle up about 20% of our energy, despite taking up a mere 2% of our body weight. Talk about a high-maintenance relationship. Plus, childbirth got a bit tricky with those larger heads. But hey, who doesn't love a bit of challenge, right? Now, let's shine the spotlight back on Homo erectus, the true rock stars of evolution. They hit the stage around 1.9 million years ago, strutting their long legs and short arms, perfectly designed for long walks or runs on the evolutionary beach. They waved goodbye to primitive stone tools, introducing more complex creations, including those awe-inspiring symmetrical hand axes. And can we talk about their mastery over fire? These pioneers not only warmed themselves by the glow of their own flames, but also cooked their food, turning every meal into a lavish feast that powered those growing brains. But the adventure didn't stop there. Homo erectus were globetrotters, packing their bags for journeys that led them across Georgia, China, and Indonesia. Adapting to any environment like the eco-chameleons they were, these tenacious beings thrived from fiery jungles to cool grasslands. Some of them stuck around until about 100,000 years ago, throwing a wild evolutionary party alongside modern humans. Let's not forget about the misunderstood Neanderthals, often cast as the bumbling cavemen of movies. In reality, these burly folk made quite the impression in Europe and Asia from 400,000 to 40,000 years ago. Stocky and muscular from their chilly Ice Age homes, Neanderthals had brains just as impressive as ours. With a flair for crafting sophisticated stone tools, wrangling fire like pros, and making cozy animal skin clothes, they were anything but primitive. They had hearts, too caring for their wounded and elderly, and even arranging heartfelt burials. Talk about having some serious soul. Neanderthals, those rugged, hulking cousins of ours, had their moments of artistry. Imagine them painting cave walls or decorating shells, truly the first hipsters, right? They weren't just rough cavemen. They had their own take on flowers for grave goods, suggesting a flair for the dramatic and maybe, just maybe, a belief in an afterlife. The real kicker? Recent genetic studies revealed that we modern humans are carrying 1–2% Neanderthal DNA. Who knew we had a prehistoric family tree with such interesting branches? Let's rewind to about 300,000 years ago, in Africa, where our ancestors began their epic rise. The oldest fossils of Homo sapiens, dating back to about 315,000 years ago, tell the tale of a quirky bunch with longer, flatter skulls but undeniably human looks. For over 200,000 years, we roamed in small groups, engaged in hunting and gathering, and gradually became the tool-making, culturally rich beings we are today. But just when things seemed cozy in Africa, a great leap forward was on the horizon. Fast forward to 70,000 years ago, a game changer. Our ancestors began bolting out of Africa like it was the last Black Friday sale of the year. With finely crafted stone blades and an eye for art, they started decorating their lives in wild ways, creating figurines, cave paintings, and even jewelry from shells. This burst of creativity and skill in craftsmanship truly marked a new chapter for Homo sapiens, paving the way for a worldwide adventure that was just getting started. But let's not ignore our journey. The first migration wave to leave Africa hit a snag in the Middle East about 120,000 years ago. But no worries, try again. The second wave was far more successful and led humans to explore a multitude of directions. Off they went, navigating across southern Asia and eventually hopping over to Australia. They built boats to navigate open oceans, proving they were the original globetrotters before it was even cool. As more folks surged into Europe, they didn't just mingle. They confronted Neanderthals and replaced them. A bit dramatic, but hey, it's survival of the fittest. Others head straight into Central Asia, navigating through Siberia when the icy weather lowered sea levels and opened a bridge to Alaska, a true we can make it moment. From there, it was a southward trek through the Americas, each step filled with challenges and triumphs as they adapted to a myriad of environments. Adaptability became the name of the game as Homo sapiens faced dramatically different climates. From deserts to rainforests, humans whipped up specialized tools and strategies like true survival pros. The evolutionary flair didn't stop there. Different environments influenced distinct physical traits across populations. In equatorial Africa, for instance, dark skin blossomed like a protective shield against harmful UV rays, while folks in northern latitudes developed lighter skin to soak up precious vitamin D. As we continued to evolve and diversify, body shapes followed suit. In the sweltering heat, slender limbs emerged to help cool us off, while in chillier climates, humans developed a stockier build to keep warm. The beauty of it all lies in our flexibility throughout history. Homo sapiens have adapted and thrived, proudly wearing the badge of a global species, filling almost every nook and cranny of our marvelous planet. At high altitudes, populations like Tibetans have adapted to low oxygen levels, showcasing some pretty impressive genetic changes. These tweaks may alter superficial features, but they don't fundamentally change us biologically. After all, we're all part of the same human family. Scientifically speaking, the genetic diversity between populations is actually minuscule compared to the variation that exists within any given group. So, race as we typically perceive it, biologically non-existent. As we step back, we see that much of our uniqueness can be traced back to our ability to communicate using language. Believe it or not, language likely emerged between 50,000 and 200,000 years ago. But here's the kicker: language is evasive when it comes to fossils. While we can't unearth Specosauruses, we can make educated guesses based on our anatomy and archaeological digs. For instance, the shape of our skulls and the placement of our larynx factors into how well we babble on. Check this out. Fossils reveal that Homo heidelbergensis, living around 500,000 years ago, might have had a flair for speech. Fast forward to modern humans, and we carry the FOXP2 gene mutations of which can seriously mess with one's ability to chat. Even our Neanderthal cousins shared this gene, hinting they might have had a few tales of their own. Archaeological treasures, like evidence of culture and trade, begin popping up around 50,000 years ago, suggesting our ancestors were pretty chatty. And let's not forget how language revolutionized human evolution itself. It's like the ultimate upgrade, allowing knowledge to be shared across generations. Think about it. It kickstarted cooperation amongst groups and opened the door to planning, storytelling, and even abstract thinking. Thanks to language, we can build upon the achievements of those who came before us, making us feel uniquely human in an animal kingdom that lacks such capabilities. Now let's spotlight natural selection, the cornerstone of evolution. Imagine it as nature's way of taking a red pen to traits in a population, deciding which stay and which go. Individuals have varying traits, some of which are passed down through genes. In any environment, certain traits become more useful for survival and reproduction. Over time, thanks to this not-so-conscious process, the advantageous traits get cozy and become more prevalent. The brilliant Charles Darwin had this all figured out in the 19th century, and it's still relevant today. Natural selection is the reason we see such a kaleidoscope of life on our planet, from a sneaky bug's camouflage to dolphins displaying their dolphin-esque intelligence. It's like nature's editing room, selecting traits that flourish while tossing out the less helpful ones. But where does all this variation come from? Enter mutations. These random changes in DNA are the spark plugs of evolution. They arise when DNA is copied incorrectly during cell division or gets spoiled by the environment. Most mutations are benign, chilling in the non-coding regions of our DNA, while some may carry harmful effects, messing with vital genes. Yet, a few lucky mutations provide advantages that might just propel evolution forward. Believe it or not, every human pops into the world with about 60 new mutations, many of which are harmless. These mutations occur at a slow but reliable pace, ensuring that even in our ever-evolving journey as a species, we're constantly and quietly being reshuffled into something uniquely us. Without mutation, the evolutionary movie would hit a serious snooze button, leaving natural selection with little to work its magic upon. So here's to the quirks of DNA, shaping the grand adventure of human existence. Over eons, tiny changes add up, leading to the mesmerizing diversity we see in nature today. Imagine millions of years filled with accidental mutations, making a four-legged creature sprout wings or a fish evolve fins. Yet, while mutation is a random selection of genetic lottery draws, evolution puts a fun spin on it with natural selection. Here, Mother Nature plays the role of a discerning judge, sifting out the advantageous traits that help organisms survive, while unwanted mutations hit the road. But not every evolutionary story is one of survival and victory. Enter genetic drift, the wild card of evolution, especially in small populations. Picture this: a colony of 20 beetles, split evenly between green and brown. A rogue tree crashes down, and poof, 5 green beetles are turned to beetle pancakes. The population's ratio shifts without rhyme or reason, an accidental twist of fate rather than any merit of the brown beetles. Over generations, this randomness can lead to bizarre outcomes, with some traits vanishing like snacks at a party, while others become the norm, even though they're not worth a darn in the survival department. Now let's chat about genetic drift making waves. Particularly in endangered species or newly established populations, this randomness in evolution poses a significant threat. Essentially, the gradual loss of genetic diversity means these populations are now more susceptible to illnesses, climate shifts, and other environmental snafus. Take a moment to appreciate how this randomness helps explain why certain harmless traits, like variations in blood type, can differ drastically between groups. Evolution isn't a straight path. It's more like a game of chance with a twist of fate. Meanwhile, gene flow is the mixologist of the evolution party. When individuals from different populations mingle, they bring a delightful cocktail of genes to the mix. This migration can introduce fresh traits, adding a splash of diversity. While some might think that's nifty, it's essential to acknowledge that gene flow can also smoothen out certain differences, making populations more homogenized. Humans, for instance, have always traveled, traded, and intermarried, which is why we look more like a flavorful stew than a clear-cut recipe. Now let's address the evolutionary love games. Sexual selection. Darwin knew a thing or two about this sexy strategy. Unlike natural selection, which is all about survival of the fittest, sexual selection involves traits that boost one's chances in the dating pool. Think of the extravagant peacock tail, impressive and colorful, but a bright bullseye for predators. Still, female peacocks swoon over these feathered feats, leading to generations of overly flamboyant tails because, apparently, looking good makes you irresistible. Sexual selection has two spicy flavors. In intersexual selection, the females play the role of discerning shoppers, picking mates based on alluring traits. Meanwhile, in intrasexual selection, it's a competitive show where males flex their muscles, such as the grand antlers of deer or the mighty manes of lions. Humans aren't exempt from these beauty contests either. Traits like smooth skin, symmetry, and maybe even a sprinkle of intelligence have been sculpted by the dance of romance and attraction over centuries. Lastly, let's not forget coevolution, the intricately intertwined tale of two species adapting to one another. This dance of survival can lead to specializations, think bees and flowers, each depending on the other for a little boost. As these species change, they pave the way for even more intricate relationships, demonstrating that evolution isn't just a solo act but a vibrant duet. Evolution is a wild party where species mingle and cause a ruckus together. Take flowering plants and their pollinators, for example. Plants don flashy colors, sweet-smelling nectar, and clever scents to lure in insects and birds. But wait, this isn't a one-sided affair. Pollinators, in response, have sprouted handy adaptations like long tongues for butterflies and specialized beaks for hummingbirds. Talk about teamwork. Each species is like a dance partner, shaping the moves of the other as they tango through time. Predator and prey relationships are like a never-ending game of cat and mouse, literally. As prey creatures evolve fancy defenses like camouflage and speed, their predators are hot on their heels, leveling up their hunting skills. Enter the poison dart frog, flaunting its toxic skin to ward off predators. But guess what? Some crafty predators evolve immunity to those very toxins. This evolutionary arms race is the stuff of nature's most thrilling thrillers. It's survival of the wittiest. Parasites and hosts are immersed in their own co-evolutionary drama. Hosts, determined to survive, develop robust immune systems while parasites counter with sneaky tricks to evade detection. This ongoing game of hide and seek creates a web of relationships more tangled than a box of old Christmas lights, showcasing the intricate connections within ecosystems. No species can go it alone. We're all part of this chaotic evolution dance, simultaneously molding and being molded by the other species around us. Convergent evolution is like that moment when several friends show up to a party wearing the same outfit. Great minds think alike. It occurs when different species independently evolve similar traits due to facing the same challenges. Take flight, for example. It's taken off separately for insects, birds, bats, and even pterosaurs. While they started with different materials, they all ended up with wings. Plus, you've got sharks, dolphins, and ichthyosaurs rocking similar streamlined bodies. Talk about fitting in style. And here's a fun nugget. Eyes have evolved independently more times than we can count. Vertebrates and octopuses have developed camera-like eyes, even though they're from entirely distant lineages. Convergent evolution shows there's often a best solution to environmental issues, proving that evolution has its favorite go-to answers, not always infinitely creative, but instead guided by the laws of physics and chemistry. Different paths can lead to the same glorious destinations. Now, let's dive into vestigial structures, a kind of evolutionary souvenir. Evolution can't hit the reset button. It builds on what's already there, leaving behind these quirky remnants. Humans have the appendix, which might have been a digestion sidekick for our plant-munching ancestors, but now, not so much. And don't forget wisdom teeth, which have zero room in our smaller jaws. Whales have tiny pelvic bones left over from their legged forebears, while snakes hide vestigial hip bones. These little quirky remnants tell the whole tale of evolution's history. Last but certainly not least, embryonic development serves up a buffet of evolutionary evidence. At the early stages, embryos of vastly different animals often look strikingly alike. Even humans flaunt gill slits, tails, and a fluffy coat of hair called lanugo during development, echoes from our fishy and mammalian ancestors. As they grow, distinct features emerge, but those early similarities are clear indicators that we're all part of the same evolutionary family tree. It's a reminder that evolution doesn't just change the exterior. It subtly rearranges the foundational blueprint of life itself. Tiny tweaks during development can lead to massive transformations in adult creatures. Natural selection hops on these developmental changes, creating all sorts of new body designs. Enter the fascinating field of evodo, which studies how development has evolved over time. The wild part: many genes responsible for building an insect's body are eerily similar to the genes that sculpt a mouse. Evolution favors the tried and true, tweaking existing genetic frameworks instead of whipping up completely fresh ones. When we break down the great tapestry of life, it's all sorted into three major domains: bacteria, archaea, and eukarya. At the base of this pyramid, we have bacteria, those single-celled powerhouses that don't fuss with nuclei. They're everywhere, thriving in such delightful spots as the depths of the ocean, your favorite icy mountains, or even within your own gut, with a range spanning from ultra-diverse to extremely abundant. These creatures are the true life of the party. Next up, we have archaea, which have all the charm of bacteria but with a fascinating twist in their biochemistry. Many of these microorganisms, affectionately dubbed extremophiles, hang out in the wildest places. Think hot springs and salty lakes. They take living on the edge to a whole new level. The last player in our biological soap opera is eukarya, which includes everything from majestic animals to towering trees, all boasting complex cells with nuclei. Billions of years back, these three domains split from a common ancestor, and their differences shine a light on the grand structure of life's tree. Yet, despite their unique quirks, all share the same foundational genetic code and biochemistry, underscoring their ancient connection. It's wild to think that all the dazzling diversity of life we see today traces back to one humble beginning. Speaking of bacteria, these little guys are the heavyweight champs of Earth's biosphere. You may not see them, but they outnumber humans by a staggering margin, even in a mere handful of soil. They're glamorous too. From the ocean depths to the chilly surfaces of ice, they thrive in all environments, comfortably snuggling inside other organisms, including yours truly. Your body is basically an amusement park for trillions of bacteria, most of whom are more helpful than harmful. Bacteria come in all sorts of shapes, sizes, and taste preferences. Think spheres, rods, spirals, and more. Some tap into sunlight, while others are content with chemicals or feasting on other life forms. Sure, a few can make you sick, but the majority are must-haves for Earth's thriving ecosystems. They recycle nutrients like champs, breaking down dead matter and playing nice with nitrogen to help plants flourish. Now let's roll back the clock a bit, about 500 million years to the time when our leafy friends put roots on solid land. Evolving from aquatic algae, plants faced quite the adjustment. Sudden sunburns, dehydration dilemmas, and quite the challenge finding footing on a land with no buoyancy. But clever solutions emerged. Waxy cuticles to prevent losing precious water, roots to hoard those aquatic resources, and vascular tissues for efficient transport. What started as tiny, moss-like plants blossomed, pun intended, into a magnificent array of sizes and complexities, from ferns and conifers all the way up to glorious flowering plants. Nature truly knows how to put on a show. Plants rule the roost when it comes to dominating the land. Besides providing food and housing for a myriad of species, they're the unsung heroes of oxygen production. Can you even imagine a world without their constant green presence? Flowering plants, or angiosperms to the overly scientific, made their grand entrance around 140 million years ago and swiftly elbowed their way to the top of the food chain. Their secret weapon? A delightful partnership with pollinators. Ah, the flower nature's dazzling advertisement. Evolved not just for aesthetic pleasure, but as a crafty lure for insects, birds, and bats. Those colorful blooms trade nectar and pollen for a little help in the reproduction department. This mutualistic tango has led to some jaw-dropping, if slightly cheeky, adaptations. Take orchids, for example. These blossoms have upped their game by mimicking female insects, enticing hapless males to the dance floor, who then unwittingly help spread their parent plant's pollen. Then you've got flowers with perfectly tailored designs, ready to fit the bill for their specific pollinators. Long-tubed flowers are a favorite of moths and hummingbirds, their long tongues making short work of the nectar. Meanwhile, red flowers are like a neon sign for birds that can see red like it's the hottest trend, while foregoing any fragrance since birds don't have the best sense of smell. It's a fantastic showcase of nature's genius in play. This co-evolution of flora and fauna could put any Hollywood love story to shame. Now, fungi may not wear the crown as flashy as flowers, but don't underestimate their charm. Despite their unassuming nature, they're more like distant cousins of animals instead of plants, having shared a common ancestor about 1 billion years ago. These remarkable recyclers don't sunbathe and photosynthesize. Instead, they channel their energy by breaking down organic matter and absorbing the leftovers. Without them, forests would be knee-deep in rotting debris. How refreshing would that be, right? Fungi are diverse, emerging in all kinds of forms, with the mushroom being just the tip of the iceberg, more like the cherry on top of a vast underwater cake. Some of them vibe as single-cell yeasts, while others establish partnerships with plant roots, helping them soak up nutrients in exchange for sweet plant sugars. Let's not forget their contributions to our lives: antibiotics, bread, and beer. They may live beneath the surface, but they're absolutely essential to the ecosystem. And then we have the critters on the ground, our buggy pals. Insects, with over 1 million known species, are a living testament to diversity. Being the rock stars of the animal kingdom, they occupy every possible nook and cranny from your backyard to far-off deserts and ocean surfaces. These tiny titans range from minuscule parasitic wasps to hulking beetles that could scare your grandma. Their secret weapon? The ability to fly, paired with complex life cycles that allows larvae and adults to thrive in different habitats. But guess what? They don't just take from the planet. They give back in spades. Insects are out there pollinating our beloved plants, decomposing organic matter, and serving as a buffet for so many other animals. Their wild variety reflects the power of evolution to fill every available space with life, creating an intricate web of interdependence in our ecosystems. Perhaps it's time they get the standing ovation they deserve, don't you think? Finally, let's take a trip to underwater land. This is where the majority of animal species make a splash. Oceanic life covers more than 70% of Earth's surface, bursting with diverse species teeming below the waves. Think of the ocean as the ultimate hidden kingdom, with aquatic life thriving in ways we're still uncovering. Life originated in the depths, and it continues to amaze us with its mysteries. So the next time you enjoy a beach day, remember you're standing atop a treasure trove of marine wonders. Marine life is an astonishing tapestry of diversity that sprawls across the azure depths. Imagine swimming alongside sponges, corals, majestic whales, and sea turtles, each starring in their own underwater reality show. It's a party down there, with echinoderms like starfish and sea cucumbers having exclusive ocean-only access. Tiny, but mighty, microscopic bacteria and plankton not only make up the bulk of ocean life, but also crank out a hefty amount of the oxygen we graciously inhale. However, living in this vast watery world isn't all sunlit escapades and blissful swims. For marine creatures, life is a bit like an extreme sports challenge. The density of water makes it a drag for those silly enough to be flat. Deep-sea denizens are the real night owls, reveling in the eternal off-peak hours where light remains just a dream. To combat the dark abyss, many have developed the magical ability of bioluminescence, a biological glow stick. Who needs disco lights when you can dazzle with your own personal shimmer? Let's marvel at how some deep-sea fish possess glowing lures that would floor even the most sophisticated bait and switch artist. These glittering tricks not only help them lure unsuspecting prey, but also serve as sneak attack maneuvers to confuse predators. Other species sport dazzling bioluminescent patterns, like an oceanic fashion show for souls looking to mingle in the pitch-black waters. It's estimated that over 90% of these marine critters can glow, making the deep sea the most fabulous nightclub you never knew existed. But let's not get carried away thinking the deep sea is a vacant, eerie void filled with emptiness. Instead, it's a vibrant cosmos, thriving with life that finds comfort in darkness. Each shimmery creature brings the abyss alive, showcasing the wonders of evolution in real time. Yes, you heard it right. Evolution isn't just a tale of the past. It's like nature's live feed, constantly updating and adjusting in the background while we sip our coffee on land. Famous snapshots of evolution include the peppered moth saga in England. Pre-industrial revolution, these sought-after butterflies wore outfits to blend into light-colored trees. When pollution hit, it was the dark moths who snagged the spotlight, thriving in their new grime-coated homes. And when pollution controls came to the rescue, the light-colored models made a fabulous comeback. Witnessing this natural selection unfold within our lifetimes is proof evolution can be fast-paced and thrilling. Bacteria, on the other hand, are like the high school bullies of evolution, creative and quick to adapt. Meet the antibiotic-resistant bugs that emerged during the antibiotic craze. These little villains, born from random mutations, quickly earned their survival skills badge. When antibiotics hit the scene, most get wiped out, while the rebellious few carry on, spreading their resistant genes like confetti at a party. Finally, there's the spectacle of Darwin's finches strutting their stuff in the Galapagos. These feathered wonders are morphing their beaks with precision to match every seed party that comes their way. Think of it as a beak-style battle, where evolution is quick and tangible, not your slow-motion drama series. So, as we dive into this ocean of bizarre realities and natural selections, remember, the show of evolution is happening all around us, even in the microbial world. As resistant bacteria spread their wings, we're facing the emergence of superbugs. Oh yes, the plot thickens. Some bacteria have developed resistance to multiple antibiotics, making them the ultimate villains in our microbial drama. Think of it as natural selection happening in warp speed. These little critters reproduce in mere minutes, accelerating evolution like a Netflix binge. One moment you're casually watching, and the next, you've realized entire seasons have passed. Hold onto your lab coats because the overuse and misuse of antibiotics is speeding up this rate of change. It's like putting gas on a fire, only in this case, it's the public health crisis jazzing up the show. We're talking about antibiotic resistance, which leads to hundreds of thousands of annual fatalities. The practical implications of evolution are right here, friends, so understanding how these microbes evolve is key to beating them at their own game. Don't think our little friends are alone in this resistance game. Insects and weeds are also strutting their evolutionary stuff, shrugging off those pesticides and herbicides like a fashion trend gone wrong. When farmers spray pesticides, they unintentionally play God, killing most pests while leaving a few resilient ones to thrive. These survivors become the rock stars of reproduction, passing their cheat codes down to future generations. Rinse and repeat, and suddenly you've got a whole crop of resistant pests strutting around like they own the place. This evolutionary arms race can leave farmers scratching their heads and scrambling for more potent solutions. New chemicals send out an SOS to new resistant populations, which just keeps the dance going. Over 500 insect species and 250 weed species have decided they'd rather be resistant than return to their old ways. The result? Serious challenges for agriculture, making integrated pest management a must. Simply put, brute force won't cut it. We've got to partner up with evolution instead. On to the legendary Galapagos finches. These feathered pals are role models for adaptation. They are a classic example of evolution, showcasing diversity as they learn to exploit unique food sources across different islands. Thick-beaked finches crack hard seeds on one island, while slender, pointed beaks probe for insects on another. This isn't just a story of the past. Scientists have been furiously taking notes for decades as evolution unfolds in real time, a keen eye for nature's drama. Picture a drought striking the islands and suddenly, small seeds are scarce. Enter large-beaked finches with their average beak size skyrocketing within a generation. But when the rains return, watch out, those beaks shrink back. This ongoing evolutionary saga proves that adaptation isn't just a historical fact. It's happening in the here and now. What a roller coaster ride of changes these finches experience in their never-ending quest for survival. Cities, it turns out, are the hottest new environments for evolution, sparking rapid changes in various species. Urban settings aren't just asphalt jungles. They're new ecosystems requiring residents to adapt or get left behind. For instance, birds have discovered they need to sing at higher pitches to compete against honking cars, while city mice have developed a taste for high-fat garbage hay, a culinary twist. Oh, and let's not forget the lizards that decided legs must be longer and toe pads stickier for climbing those sleek city walls. Plants along polluted roadsides have also been getting in on the action, evolving salt tolerance faster than you can say urban survival. With cities creating consistent pressures, evolution is kicking it into high gear, proving that adaptability is indeed the name of the game. Urban evolution is like Mother Nature's wild experiment right in our bustling cities. Forget the idea that evolution is just chilling in some far-off jungle. It's adapting among the pigeons on our street corners and the squirrels raiding our trash bins. As humans turn up the heat, literally and metaphorically, species in urban areas are responding. Plants are bursting into bloom earlier. Birds are giving their departure dates a makeover. And yes, mosquitoes are boldly charging into cooler territories, claiming new turf. We're witnessing a real-time game of adaptation unfold. Things get even wilder when you look at how species are evolving in response to climate change. Some critters are shrinking in size, while others are adjusting their reproductive timelines based on the shifting availability of food, like a bad dating app. And let's not forget about coral reefs, which are showing off their impressive genetic diversity and trying their best to survive the scorching waters. Yet, evolution isn't a superhero with unlimited powers. It relies on genetic variation and takes time, something many species, unfortunately, might not have as climate change accelerates. Now, let's turn the spotlight on domestication, the ultimate game of human-directed evolution. Imagine transforming a wild beast into a cuddly companion or a dinner plate staple over thousands of years, all while you sip your coffee. Humans have been playing genetic matchmaker for ages, selecting plants and animals with desirable traits to breed over generations. Dogs, pigs, and veggies like wheat and corn have all adapted, reshaped into forms we rely on every day. Who knew that such simple choices could lead to the adorable and varied pets or delicious food on our plates? Speaking of veggies, did you know that the fabulous cabbage family is actually a product of ancient selective breeding? Broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and Brussels sprouts all sprang from one wild ancestor. It's like nature's version of choose your own adventure, resulting in a smorgasbord of food options in the blink of an eye. This rapid transformation due to human influence isn't just impressive. It showcases how powerful selection can be when it's given a little nudge, resulting in a dazzling array of life that might leave you scratching your head in wonder. At the core of this evolutionary dance is the fascinating molecule known as DNA, our planet's genetic code. This twisted beauty, resembling a ladder, consists of 4 building blocks with catchy nicknames: A, T, G, and C. These building blocks aren't just a quirky science fact. They hold the crucial instructions for building and maintaining life itself. Think of DNA as a sort of cosmic cookbook with gene recipes telling cells how to create proteins that perform a range of essential jobs, from structure building to keeping infections at bay. Every time a cell divides, DNA gets a little copy-paste action going, handing down genetic info from parent to offspring. But with that can come the occasional typo, leading to mutations, the critical ingredient in the grand recipe of variation. And here's the kicker. Every living thing on Earth speaks the same language of DNA, using the same 4 letters and method of distributing vital info. This universal aspect strongly hints that all life is part of one big, interconnected family tree, threading back to common ancestors. Evolution, whether bold urban adaptations or human-assisted transformations, is more than just a scientific term. It's a vibrant and ongoing story. As we navigate the changing landscape of life on Earth, understanding these processes can help us predict where biodiversity is headed in a world that's shifting beneath our feet. So here's to evolution, in all its funny, quirky, and breathtaking forms. Every twist and turn brings us closer to understanding this magnificent tapestry of life that surrounds us every day. When scientists embark on the wild adventure of comparing DNA sequences, they're basically decoding the epic family tree of life itself. It turns out that DNA is the ultimate scoop on who's related to whom in the natural world. By scrutinizing the strings of nucleotides in DNA, researchers can suss out how closely 2 species are related, and it's all about those shared family traits. For example, if you've got 2 species with a recent common ancestor, their DNA is nearly like identical twins. Think humans and chimpanzees, who share a whopping 99% of their genetic code. Now, if you peek into the DNA closet, you'll discover a range of relative relationships. Humans cozy up with mice at a cool 85% shared DNA, while we're not too far off from fruit flies at 60%. And get this, baker's yeast, the unsung hero in your bread, shares about 30% of its genes with us. These percentages are like genetic fingerprints, giving clues about our ancient family reunions from hundreds of millions of years ago. So next time you snack on some bread, remember you're part yeast. Thanks to DNA comparisons, paleontology just got a serious upgrade. Scientists now have a stellar tool to study species that never left a fossil trace behind, allowing them to time travel through evolutionary history. Think of DNA as the ancient scroll of life, the most intricate account of how creatures evolved over eons. It's a history written in a molecular language, revealing that humans are, in fact, distant cousins of every living organism on Earth. Spoiler alert, we're all in the same family, and if you ever thought evolution was a messy process, think again. Just look at the hawk genes. These gems are universal across the animal kingdom, telling both flies and humans where to grow heads or limbs. Imagine a fly's hawk gene swapping places with a mouse's yep. They still do their job flawlessly. That level of conservation shows evolution's talent for sticking with what works, proving we're all playing with the same genetic toolbox when it comes to building bodies. But wait, there's more. Our genetic ties aren't exclusive to the animal world. We've got some plant genes in our back pocket too, particularly those sweet little ones that help with basic cell functions. Our roots run deep. And yes, bacteria are also part of our distant family tree, especially the ones involved in metabolism. Every genome that gets sequenced adds fresh evidence to this common heritage, reminding us just how interconnected life really is on our blue planet. Now, let's dive into the more action-packed side of DNA, mutations. They're the mixed bag of surprises. Some are neutral, some bring chaos, and a rare few bring glory. Mutations can arise from a slew of background noise, think copying errors, or even unwanted guests like viruses messing with our genetic codes. Most of these mutations are about as impactful as a hiccup, but the few that hit the jackpot can create dazzling new traits that natural selection goes wild over. The saga doesn't stop there. It's a slow and steady race for evolution, where beneficial mutations take their time to surface, leading to dazzling adaptations over countless generations. The balance between harmful and beneficial mutations keeps the evolution engine humming along, constantly providing fresh material for nature's grand play. And just when you think that's all there is, we've got horizontal gene transfer, the party crashers of the genetic world. In this scene, organisms snag genes from unsuspecting neighbors, especially in the bacterial realm. They've got the neighbor-to-neighbor gene exchange thing down to an art, incorporating foreign DNA straight into their own treasure chests. Viruses are the crafty little ninjas of the genetic world, slipping genes from one organism to another faster than you can say horizontal gene transfer. This process is a real game changer for bacteria, giving them a turbo boost to acquire new tricks. Imagine resistant bacteria whispering their secrets to their less daring cousins, spreading antibiotic resistance like a hot gossip. It's like the bacteria version of a preppy kid handing out style tips. Suddenly, everyone's sporting the new look. But wait, there's more. Not only can bacteria trade genetic secrets, but they're also in the business of expanding their palates. Genes that help digest new food or survive extreme conditions can zoom through bacterial populations, transforming them into adaptable little survivors. And while horizontal gene transfer is a bacteria favorite, it doesn't stop there. Even complex organisms like humans carry a bit of viral history, reminding us that our DNA is like a family quilt stitched with ancient viral threads. Who knew grandma's old quilt had that much drama? Let's dig deeper into our own backyard. The human genome. About 98% of it is considered non-coding DNA, previously labeled as junk. Turns out, this so-called junk serves vital functions, like regulatory sequences which play the ultimate game of gene tag, switching on and off at the right moments. These sequences control everything from when your genes strut their stuff to when they decide to take a break. Oh, and those variations in limb length among species? Surprise! They stem from different regulatory regions, showing us that DNA isn't just about the gene itself, it's all in the management. Now, let's talk about evolution's sneaky sidekick, epigenetics. For ages, scientists thought the DNA sequence was the whole shindig. But epigenetics takes center stage by adding a layer of chemical modifications to DNA and its protein companions, affecting gene activity without actually changing the DNA. Imagine your DNA throwing a party, and epigenetics being the fabulous event planner that decides how lively the bash will be. These changes can be passed down, creating a lineage with an inheritance that's complex and fascinating. Just think, if mom faced a famine, her offspring might be born ready to tackle a buffet, thanks to epigenetics. Yet it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Adapting to environmental changes can be a double-edged sword. If you get comfy with one setup, having the rules altered from right under your feet can lead to a spot of bother. While epigenetics allows for swift adaptation in unstable conditions, it also shows that not all adjustments are beneficial. Evolution is like a high-stakes dance-off. Sometimes you nail it, and sometimes you trip and faceplant. As if that wasn't enough, let's turn to the fossil record, the time machine of evolution. Fossils, those preserved relics of ancient organisms, are full of juicy secrets about how life has transformed over billions of years. Sure, the fossil record isn't flawless and remains a treasure hunt, but the patterns it reveals tell an enthralling tale of life's grand evolution. Starting with the oldest fossils of simple bacteria from 3.5 billion years ago, we can see that life didn't just tiptoe through time, it sprinted and leaped, steadily adapting and evolving into the vibrant forms we see around today. Once upon a time, in the depths of Earth's ancient oceans, single-celled organisms ruled the land, if you can even call the ocean land. For billions of years, it was a simple life, resembling a never-ending party where no one actually showed up. Then, about 600 million years ago, the multicellular crew crashed the party, causing quite the stir. The Cambrian explosion erupted, scattering fossils around the globe like confetti, showcasing a vibrant timeline of life's rapid evolution. Fast forward through the rock layers and behold, fish, amphibians, reptiles, mammals, and birds all strutted into the spotlight, showcasing their unique styles. Fossils have documented this sequence, as if they were nature's scrapbook, telling tales of simpler beings to more complex ones. Each layer tells a story. It's like nature's way of keeping receipts. The deeper you dig, the simpler the organisms, while newer rocks flaunt the complicated life forms. But it's the transitional fossils that really steal the show. These wondrous snapshots illustrate how evolution performed its slow, steady dance, overcoming awkward phases and surprising transformations. Take Tiktaalik, for example, a fish rocking gills and scales but sporting a flat head, a neck, and limber fins. This creature slipped seamlessly from water to land, reminding us that sometimes you have to be a fish out of water to find your stride. Then there's Archaeopteryx, the feathered superstar that bridged the worlds of dinosaurs and birds. This fabulous creature had the feathered charm, wings, and a splash of whimsy with its teeth and long bony tail. Just picture this dino-bird hybrid hopping around in ancient woods. It's not just a pretty fossil. It's a dazzling reminder of evolution working its magic, blending characteristics to create new life forms. And let's not forget Ambulocetus, cheekily named the walking whale. This quirky critter had a taste for both land and sea, walking like a mammal and swimming with style. Imagine it strutting around on its sturdy limbs before diving back into the waves, half land dweller, half sea creature, truly the ultimate multitasker of the prehistoric world. These fossils are like evolution's bad selfies, showing us the awkward stages of life as it changes from one form to another. Diving into comparative anatomy, we find a treasure trove of similar structures across various species. Check out the arm of a human, the wing of a bat, and the flipper of a whale. They all share the same bone structure, separated only by a quirky twist of fate and natural selection. It's like the family tree of body parts, proving that while we may look different on the outside, we all share a common ancestry. Fabulous family reunions. Indeed, and what about those vestigial organs? Evolution is not all about perfection. It leaves behind little souvenirs of past functions. Humans sport several quirky traits, like the appendix, which once helped our plant-munching ancestors digest meals, but now sits there like that one relative who never leaves the couch. Don't forget the tailbone, the remains of a tail that our ancient ancestors used to swish and sway. Even whales and snakes carry tiny hip bones, buried deep inside, as if they're hiding remnants of their ancestral past. Who knew evolution had such a quirky sense of humor? Imagine the oddities of evolution. Whales, those magnificent ocean giants, sport hip bones. Yes, hip bones. It's like wearing a pair of shoes that don't fit anymore. But in the whale's case, it's a charming memento from its distant land-dwelling ancestors. These vestigial organs don't fit into a neat design because evolution doesn't have a blueprint. It's more like a thrift shop. If something isn't actively an annoyance, it hangs around as it once served a purpose. Take those adorable cave-dwelling creatures, they've got non-functional eyes. Talk about taking eyes on the prize a bit too literally. These quirks are echoes from ancestors who roamed the earth, and these vestiges are perfectly nonsensical until you see them in the light of evolutionary history. The world is a patchwork of leftovers, where the past lingers in the oddest shapes in present-day creatures. Ever wonder how species decide where to settle down? Biogeography gives us the 411. It's almost like each species has a travel itinerary shaped by evolution and continental drift. Instead of randomly popping up everywhere, species are strategically placed where they are today by their evolutionary backstory. For instance, the Galapagos finches have developed a unique identity thanks to isolation, while Madagascar boasts its incredible lemurs, untouched by mainland fauna. Speaking of which, Australia's marsupials thrive in their own separate club, hanging out while placental mammals dominate the rest of the globe. Every time continents locked arms or drifted apart, they changed the rules of the game. Rarely do we spot sloths and armadillos outside their South American abode. Their exclusivity won them a vibrant, if odd, reputation on that continent. Then there's the drama of embryonic development. It's fascinating how embryos of all these vertebrates strut similar features in early days, flaunting notochords and pharyngeal arches like exclusive designer wear. What's more intriguing, humans rock gill slits and tails as embryos, remnants of our aquatic past before they're awkwardly discarded. This evolutionary throwback during development is what evolutionary biologists cheekily refer to as ontogeny. Recapitulates phylogeny. But before you dive into deep philosophical thoughts, let's tackle the complexity of evolution. Those bafflingly intricate eyes we adore didn't just sprout up overnight. Evolution took steps, tiny, glorious steps. Imagine light-sensitive patches first, then improvements like cup-shaped depressions to focus light better, until finally, voila, you've got the stunning eyes we know and love today. It was all gradual, and every little step made a world of difference. Each animal's journey showcases the beauty of progressive improvements. Take flatworms with their eye spots, or nautiluses flaunting their pinhole cameras. Every design upgrade whispers a tale of survival and adaptation. Evolution may not have a master plan, but it sure knows how to patch together a masterpiece with the quirkiest bits of history laying around. So here's to evolution, the grand designer without a design. Evolution unfolds like a quirky DIY project, where each part is added in increments that provide little advantages over time. You don't need a complete masterpiece right from the get-go. Instead of building complex features in one fell swoop, evolution takes its time, assembling things piece by piece. What seems overwhelming in complexity, like the intricate design of an eye, becomes manageable when you see it's just one tiny step after another, each with its own survival bonus. Take the bacterial flagellum, for example, often touted as an irreducibly complex structure that couldn't possibly evolve. People scratch their heads. How could such a complex entity be built gradually? Yet, it turns out that the proteins forming its whip-like tail aren't just sitting around waiting to join the team. Many are recruited from other biological functions, showing that evolution is more resourceful than a bargain hunter at a clearance sale, remixing available parts into new uses. What's even wilder is how evolution has a knack for repurposing structures. Think of it like your neighbor turning an old bicycle into a garden sculpture. The flagellum didn't evolve out of nothing. It borrowed components from existing systems, proving that evolution loves improvisation. Sometimes the intermediate shapes that lead to the finalized forms don't resemble the ultimate result in any way. It's like drawing a stick figure and ending up with a superhero in the end, a spectacular transformation. But hold on to your hats, because evolution isn't just a straightforward path to perfection. It's more akin to a bread maker spinning around, mixing whatever ingredients are in the cabinet. When a trait is developed for function A, it might find itself unexpectedly useful for function B. A stellar example? Feathers. Initially, they served as cozy insulation for small dinosaurs. Before you know it, they were swooshed into action for display and eventually turned into the flight mechanism we marvel at today. Talk about a change in job description. Then there's the inner ear bones that originally worked as jaw pieces in ancient vertebrates. Over millions of years, these bones shifted, shrank, and joined the sound amplification squad. This flexibility showcases how evolution isn't just about honing skills, but is a playful tinkerer that finds creative ways to adjust. Structures can evolve for an original purpose and effortlessly switch tracks to serve an entirely different gig, illuminating the diversity we see in nature. Yet, let's not forget that evolution has its speed bumps, constraints, if you will. There are historical limits on what it can modify. It can't scrap what's already there. That's why we don't see 6-flippered whales swimming about. Their ancestors settled on 2, and evolution has worked with that plan ever since. Similarly, physical laws remind us that there's a cap on how gigantic land animals can get before they crumble under their own weight. Moreover, evolution operates under developmental constraints. Changing some early developmental processes could drop a bombshell effect, making wild evolutionary shifts impractical. Also, biological systems are limited by physics. No flying elephants, photosynthetic mammals, or biological wheels here. Evolution flexes its creative muscle but stays within certain limits, adapting to conditions without any end goals in mind. It's all about the dance of change, not a race for a finish line. Evolution is a wild ride without a set destination. Picture it as a sprawling, chaotic tree rather than a straight-up ladder to greatness. Natural selection doesn't hand out medals for complexity or intelligence. It merely favors traits that help us survive and procreate right here and now. Forget about what might be cool in the future. Evolution isn't a planner. If the environment plays tricks, what's a boon today may turn into a boondoggle tomorrow. Take the human eye, for instance. It's like evolution had some spare parts and decided, good enough. With its nerves and blood vessels poking out in front of the retina, We've been blessed with a quaint blind spot, how charming. On the other hand, octopuses nailed the design concept. But hey, evolution just works with whatever's on hand, giving us a quirky eye instead of a perfect one. It's all about adaptation, not intention, folks. When mass extinctions strut in like a blockbuster plot twist, they can change the entire game. If we hit rewind on Earth's history, would we land the same species? Chances are, no. The sweeping disasters, like the one that wiped out the dinosaurs, suddenly shift the evolutionary game board. A lack of certain species opens up new opportunities for others, leading to an unexpected and fabulous diversity of life. Talk about a dramatic twist in the evolutionary tale. Imagine if dinosaurs still roamed the Earth. Us mammals might still be scuttling around like pale shadows in the underbrush. How tragic. Or what if different fish had taken the plunge onto land? Would tetrapods now sport 6 limbs instead of 4? The plethora of possibilities is mind-boggling, illustrating just how unpredictable evolution can be, driven by those surprise events that keep everyone on their toes. And guess what? We humans are still in the evolutionary game. Just because we've appeared doesn't mean evolution hit the pause button. With genetic variation and differential reproduction chugging along, we're still evolving. Look at lactose tolerance, a nifty adaptation for those who turned cows into milk machines. In cultures that embraced dairy, the ability to digest lactose flourished, but if you didn't hop on that milk train, then it's a no-go. On the flip side, cultural evolution is the turbo engine driving humanity. While biological evolution creeps along, our culture races ahead, with new ideas, customs, and technologies popping up in mere decades. We whip up warm clothing for Arctic survival, not waiting for our bodies to develop fur genius. This cultural leap allows us to tackle environmental challenges without the long wait for genetic rewiring. As much as we adore our biological traits, cultural evolution is setting the pace in today's world. From cooking delicious meals to crafting dynamic societies, human cultures adapt faster than evolution can deliver those genetic tweaks. In a sense, while evolution works slowly, culture levels up at warp speed, completely reshaping our experiences and how we navigate life on this ever-changing planet. Biological evolution is like a roller coaster ride where culture and biology intertwine, each influencing the other in unexpected ways. For instance, the advent of dairy farming didn't just give us cheese. It also set the stage for the rise of lactose tolerance in humans. Similarly, cooking changed our dental game, encouraging smaller teeth and jaws. It's a wild mix of survival, adaptation, and cultural evolution spiraling together to create what we call the human experience. Now let's gaze into the crystal ball of human evolution. Predicting the future is like reading the stars, always uncertain. Sure, natural selection is still pulling the strings, but modern medicine and technology have dialed down the historical selection pressures. Diseases that once spelled doom have turned into mere inconveniences. Yet here's the kicker. New challenges pop up, forcing us to adapt as we spread from urban jungles to the final frontier, outer space. And speaking of space, hold on to your DNA. Globalization is bringing gene flow to a whole new level. As people migrate and intermarry, human populations are becoming more homogenized, dialing down genetic diversity. But don't count out genetic drift. Small, isolated groups still carry their uniqueness. Fast forward a few million years, and if we colonize other planets, we might just find ourselves evolving into distinct species tailored to extraterrestrial lifestyles. Now, technology could turn the tables entirely. Imagine if genetic engineering becomes humanity's new best friend, allowing us to play mad scientist. We could be the architects of our own evolution. With thrilling yet uncertain prospects, one thing remains. Evolution is an ongoing adventure, not a stopping point. We're not the pinnacle. We're part of a dynamic journey that's still unfolding. Oh, and let's not forget the practical side of evolution. It's not just an intellectual exercise. It has real-world applications that impact our lives daily. Take medicine, for instance. Understanding evolution is crucial in fighting infectious diseases. The viruses and bacteria are not just sitting ducks. They evolve rapidly, and our treatments need to stay ahead of the curve. From vaccines to predicting outbreaks, evolutionary principles are the unsung heroes of health. In agriculture, evolution is like a farmer's trusty sidekick. Knowing how traits work lets farmers breed crops and livestock for higher yields and better disease resistance. Meanwhile, in conservation, understanding evolution holds the key to saving endangered species. It's all about genetic diversity and keeping small populations healthy. Our grasp on ecosystem functions relies on this intricate web of species interactions shaped by coevolution. Finally, all humans share a remarkable history traced back to Africa, proving that beneath our varied appearances, we're all members of the same Homo sapiens family. This genetic unity shatters the myth of distinct human races, as the real variance appears within chimpanzee populations. And despite our superficial traits, we are one big, happy family knit together by a common lineage. Evolution shapes who we are, but it doesn't box us in. Understanding it helps us navigate the complex tapestry of human behavior and psychology. Our cravings for sweet and fatty foods were crucial back in the days when calories were like gold dust. Now, in our food-saturated society, these desires can turn us into couch potatoes with a snack in each hand. Interestingly, we often fear snakes and spiders more than cars, despite the latter being roadkill champions. These reactions are hardwired, stemming from the dangers our ancestors faced. But don't let evolution take the wheel. We've got culture, reason, and the classic human trait free will to navigate life differently. Harnessing this free will means we can switch up our diets, tackle our phobias, and band together to accomplish things our distant ancestors could only dream of. Evolution might set up a nature blueprint for us, but it certainly doesn't dictate our destiny. Understanding where we came from helps illuminate our current selves, but it does not put handcuffs on our potential. The wonder of evolution isn't a cage. It's a playground of possibilities just waiting to be explored. Now, let's talk about the poetic beauty of evolution. It's like the world's most intricate family reunion. Every living being, from the tiniest germ to the gargantuan blue whale, is part of this awesome family tree. Trace your lineage back far enough, and you'll find links to every human. Go even deeper, and you're all the way back to sharing ancestors with primates, and eventually back to the single-celled organisms. We are all branches sprouting from the same ancient trunk, with roots that dig deep into our shared past. This connection isn't just feel-good fluff. It's hard science, nestled snugly in our DNA, showcased in our skeletons, and sitting pretty in fossil records. The unity of life is one of science's grandest revelations, fostering an appreciation for nature and cementing our place within it. We aren't separate entities, we're just one of many species, all created from the same age-old processes that sparked life eons ago. Evolution isn't just a dusty tale told by old fossils. It's the epic saga of survival, innovation, and resilience spanning billions of years. Imagine simple molecules smoothing out their giggly atoms, transforming into sophisticated cells that decided to leave the cozy waters for a walk on land. We've got stories about fish developing legs, birds mastering flight, and even a shout out to the dinosaurs. It's a tale soaked in time that's still picking up steam, with scientists racing to uncover more fossil secrets and genome quirks each day. The magic of evolution lies in its ability to turn small changes into breathtaking diversity over the eons. Sure, the journey is slow, but time is evolution's best friend. Tiny mutations stack up, and after thousands of years, populations start to look a bit different. Fast forward to millions of years later, and bam, you've got entirely new species. From one humble ancestral fish came a whole range of exciting life forms, including absolutely us. Don't get fooled into thinking evolution's some mysterious wizardry. It's really just a natural process of variation, inheritance, and selection competing for the spotlight. The results, though, absolutely extraordinary. It's a delightful reminder that the millions of species we see today, with their outrageous traits and forms, all evolved from common ancestors through the elegant dance of evolution, simple, yet so profoundly powerful. Evolution really is one of science's rock stars. While some folks out there throw shade at the idea among scientists, it's as accepted as the existence of gravity or that you can't outrun a pizza delivery guy. The support for evolution comes from a whole smorgasbord of fields, including paleontology, molecular biology, and genetics. Together, these areas harmonize like a symphony, shouting that all life on Earth had a humble beginning and has evolved over billions of years. And let's talk about the legions of scientists who've dedicated over 150 years to this research. They've amassed heaps of evidence, bolstered by cutting-edge technologies like DNA sequencing that practically scream, "Look how awesome evolution is." This isn't just some wild guess. It's a scientific theory upon which you can hang your hat, thoroughly tested and never refuted. If biology was a movie, evolution would be the leading star we can't help but admire. Now, what happens when you really get into the nitty-gritty of evolution? Your perspective shifts dramatically. Suddenly, a bird isn't just a bird, it's more like a feathered dinosaur. A proud descendant strutting around like it owns the place. That tree outside? It's essentially a 500-million-year-old expert at soaking up sunlight and weathering storms. We could even say that your hand, with its 5 fingers, shares a design with a bat's wing. Talk about a family resemblance. Evolution is like a backstage pass into the intricate relationships interlinked through history. Life isn't just static. It's dynamic, ever-evolving like that Netflix series you can't stop binge-watching. There's a rich story behind every living thing, reminding us that change is the name of the game. But more than just memorizing facts, understanding evolution encourages you to look at the world with fresh eyes. You'll begin to appreciate an epic narrative weaving through the tapestry of life, a past filled with wonder and connectivity. As we wrap up our whirlwind tour through time, tracing the thread from the dawn of life in ancient oceans to the emergence of humanity, we see how evolution has shaped every creature, every nook and cranny of life. It's a riveting journey through tiny changes accumulating over eons, the dance of survival and extinction that builds the grand tree of life. Spoiler alert, this story isn't just for science nerds. It's our story too. Just think about it, every cell in your body is a living testament to that ancient legacy. You're a cosmic traveler, linked to every organism that ever existed. Picture the primordial seas and the first life crawling onto land. Imagine those ancestral beings, standing under starlit skies, living in the same world we do, and all the while, time marches forward, delivering us to this moment in history. And here's the kicker. Evolution never sleeps. Bacteria are busy adapting to antibiotics, finches are mixing up their beak styles, and here we humans are gallivanting across the globe. This tale is still unfolding, an exciting narrative still in the drafting phase. So, as you lay back and let the rhythmic pulse of life soothe you, remember you're part of an ongoing saga that's been rolling for eons and will continue into the future. As your eyelids start to droop and your breath slows, allow these thoughts to cradle you into a peaceful slumber. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and drift away into that unending stream of life where